What's up, fam? What's going on, family? Welcome to the live stream. TSC Unleashed Friday edition. We in the building, man. How y'all doing this day? Fantastic Friday. Look a little overcast, but feeling pretty good nonetheless, man. Welcome aboard, family. Thank y'all for joining us for TSC Unleashed Friday edition. We'll get busy covering some of the latest news and notes of the day. We'll recap the Green Bay Packers San Francisco 49ers matchup. We'll also talk about a little NFL news dealing with the Raiders, dealing with our black and gold. And then, of course, we'll transverse into the league to the NFL, extra to the NBA, and we'll give a little information on that on today's TSC Unleashed. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you aren't a subscriber. And know that I'm Big Q. I'm in the building. Uncle Mozzy, he'll be joining us a little later. If not, then we'll probably proceed without him today. But in this edition, big ups to the rest of the family members in the live stream. I see you out there, family. Tyra, who that to you, baby? Joshua, big ups to you. GM Kev, Jason, I see you, fam. Brother Jerry, KB. Let's see who else we got there. UEP, I see you, fam. Thank you for joining us today. Hope I got your name right there. Big ups to you. Very unique name there. Big ups to the rest of the family members. Lee Wood, I see you, fam. Good to see you. Blake, I see you, Blake. Big ups to you as well on this installment of TSC Unleashed. Now let's get right into it. We'll start off with the Green Bay Packers. Thursday night football game was not really a game. Green Bay Packers kind of took this thing away from them. Ran off with it. They never made much of a game out of it. San Francisco 49ers, man, they just snake bitten, man. They're snake bitten. Too many injuries, not enough people to replace them. And I'm pretty sure most teams not made to lose that many people due to injury. But nonetheless, nobody don't feel sorry for your ass. Green Bay Packers didn't. 34-17 shamacking down of them. Aaron Rodgers finished 25 of 31 for 305 yards, had 4 touchdowns. He was only sacked one time, had a 98.8 QBR rating. He was out there styling and providing. Aaron Jones, his running compatriot, 15 carries, 58 yards, 4 yards a carry. Tyler Ervin, 8 carries to 24 yards, 31 carries for 111 yards, average just under 4 yards a carry for the Green Bay Packers. Running came top man on 12 targets, 10 catches, 173 for Devontae Adams. He had a score as well as he's starting to wake up. Marquez Valdes-Scantling woke up in this one, 2 catches for 53 yards, had 2 touchdowns in the game as well. Tyler Urban had 4 catches for 48 off of 5 targets to move past the 49ers with no issues. Oren Burks was their top tackle with 6 of them. You look at what the 49ers, Nick Mullins, 22 of 35 for 291. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. 1 touchdown to pick. Was only sacked 1 time. QBR 15.4, not good. Jerick McKinnon, 12 carries, 52 yards, had a score as well as the running attack is hurt. No receivers, man. All their receivers on shutdown. Richie James was their top guy. He had 13 targets, 9 catches, 184, 1 touchdown for him. And of course, I remember they had a few guys dropping passes and everything. Ross Dwelling, 3 catches at 52 yards. Most of these guys are unrecognizable, man, to be honest with you. Fred Warren's the top defensive player for the Niners. 13 total tackles for them. They dropped the 4-5, 1-4 at home Packers. 6-2. 4-1 on the road in the Packers, man. You're gonna have to see them. You're gonna have to see the Packers later on. Too bad we didn't take care of them when we were supposed to take care of them. Let's move on to the next football-related item. Mark Davis, that's right, the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. People have wrong perception of the Raiders, according to what they're saying. The Raiders owner Mark Davis took issue with the team being fined 500 G's and being stripped of a 6th-round pick in 2021's draft after Gruden being docked an additional 150 G's for what was source described as a brazen and repeated violations of the C-19 protocols. Now, this is what Davis told people today, says the fines are draconian, but we will appeal them outside the organization. People have the wrong impression about the Raiders. We take it seriously. It's unfortunate that certain things outside the protocol are things being focused on rather than the positive steps we're taking as an organization. You've been in the building, you've seen it. Davis was referring to daily C-19 tests, temperature decks, trackers, masks being mandatory, all that kind of stuff. He says John and those guys are working their what's off every day, but all the same, the NFL feels we fail some of these mandates. Now, the Vegas had already been docked 250 G's, and Gruden had to pay 100 G's for not wearing a mask properly during the team week 2 home open. The team also was fined 50 G's for allowing a non-credential employee access to the Allegiant Stadium locker room following the game. Plus, tight end Darren Waller was fined 30 G's, and 9 teammates, including Derek Carr, were fined $15,000 apiece for appearing at Waller's Foundation indoor charity event maskless and mixing with the crowd October the 15th. A lot of stuff going on in Vegas now. In total, 1.18 mil in fines for breaking the C-19 protocols. Man, it's stacking up for him, and he called it draconian. What are you gonna do about it? Let's see what he does as we move forward. But the Raiders, man, getting raided, their bank account getting raided with fines. Let's see what happens with that. Anyway, let's keep moving to the next story. One of the Saints-related stories is the Saints. New Orleans Saints send Sheldon Rankins and Justin Hardy to the injury list, and that's something we anticipated. Rankins going on there 3 to 4 weeks. We looked at that. Of course, Hardy is going to join him for at least 3 weeks. And then they activate Ty Montgomery. Remember the weird thing about it yesterday, family? I was looking for Ty Montgomery. He was not listed on the injury list. He was not listed on the practice squad. He was like in some type of weird limbo status, but they eventually did activate him. I was looking for that guy last night on the show saying, where the hell was he? And then today they activated him. Isn't that something? Even though a report 2 weeks ago, or was it, when was it? I think it was 2 weeks ago, said that he was activated already. Very strange. Defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins and special team standout Justin Hardy both will miss at least 3 games after New Orleans placed them on injury reserve Friday to help make up for the lost. Saints activated running back Ty Montgomery, who's not played since week 2 against the Raiders. Rankins exited the Saints win over Chicago early, with leagues sources indicated was an MCL injury. He did not practice or participate in practice this week. Hardy was listed on the injury report with a groin injury this week and did not participate in practice, but he did show up on the sports coma and perform with the Dollar Tree Quartet, so big ups to Justin Hardy for that. The NFL changed its rules regarding injury reserve before a season to aid in roster flexibility during the C virus pandemic, and players had to spend 8 weeks on injury reserve, and teams can only return 2 players from the list in any given season. This season, the player needs to spend a minimum of 3 weeks on the injury reserve, meaning the Saints could have Hardy and Rankins is back as soon as week 12, and teams can also bring an unlimited amount of players back from IR. So we were looking for Ty Montgomery. There he is. Saints activate him. We was talking about this dude yesterday, and then they activate the damn dude today. Isn't that something? All right, let's move on, family, to the final news and note item of today. NBA season to start December the 22nd with a 70. Now, this is approved. We covered it yesterday as they were negotiating. This is what they came up with. It said the NBA season to start December the 22nd, 72 games schedule, as the Players Association tentatively approves the ownership's proposal. Now, what does this mean? The Players Association tentatively approved ownership's approval for the 2021 NBA season as it announced Thursday. The proposal includes starting on December the 22nd, in time for the league's marquee Christmas slate of games. This schedule will be 72 games long. Certain details are being negotiated, but an off-season timeline is starting to take place. Teams are reportedly expected to open training camp on December 1st, less than a month from now, and almost certainly overlapping with active portions of free agent, which does not have a definitive open date. It's crazy. They want the season to start on December the 22nd. It's crazy because today is November the 6th. You still haven't had the draft. You still hadn't had free agency. And it's a compressed time frame, boy. It's going to be amazing, man, to work this thing, man. At Oklahoma, OKC, the Thunder still don't have a head coach. It's absolutely insane how compressed the timelines are. But the plan has initially received quite a bit of resistance from players who wanted a longer offseason after mentally exhausting the Orlando bubble. The Lakers and Heat will now have an offseason just over 2 months long after reaching the finals, and the Celtics and Nuggets will both have a loose and significant amount of time off their off seasons as well. However, the plan is to get the league on track to return to its typical October-June schedule for the 2020-21 plan and ensures as much revenue as possible will be preserved even as the C virus pandemic rages on. Now, while the season schedule is not mostly set, the league's finances are still being settled in negotiation. A final agreement on the front is not expected until next week. The latest reporting indicates that the players should expect escrow withholdings of around about 18%. The salary cap is expected to remain at its 2019-2020 level of 109.14 mil. Sharana of The Athletic is reporting that the league is planning for a minimum of 2% annual growth in the cap and luxury tax each season for the remainder of the CBA. That's relatively light for modern standards. The cap rose over 7% between 2018-2019 and the 2019-20 seasons, but the word minimum suggests that the growth could approach normal levels. The original 2020 and 2022 projections were about 125 million. However, it appears to be a pipe dream now. The original 2020-2021 projection of 115 might be more accurate expectation for the 2021-2022 season. So there we go. Compressed timelines in all NBA season is agreed upon by the NBA administrators and the Players Association to get started by December the 22nd to make that big money for them December the 25th games, you know what I'm saying? So the season will start in time for Christmas after all. How about that? Money talks, BS walks, I tell you what. That's how it goes. Rush hour, I see you, fam. John Thompson. Thank y'all for joining us on TSC Unleashed. And family, that'll do it for this installment, man, of TSC Unleashed. We'll be coming back at later with the Sports Coma Saints versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers preview. We'll go over an hour preview. We'll break down the depth charts. We'll break down the statistics, injury report, play today's interviews, and then we'll, after the second after the break, we'll go into 2 hours of straight calls from you guys as we'll have a 3-hour show. And then later on tonight at 9:30, we'll have the Pelican post-game report special coming up it's not special, the show coming up later on tonight on the Pelican post-game report channel at 9:30. Also, we releasing just to let the family members know that On Q with Big Q on Patreon will be released at midnight tonight, so be looking out for that as well. Full slate of TSC Pro Media Network programming is at your disposal. So that'll do it for the show today. We'll see you at about 5:30 today for the TSC Unleashed. So much love to y'all, and I'll see y'all a little later.